Hello everybody, this is GamerGar and welcome back to another video of Stardew Valley. For the purposes of today's video, we're going to talk about the monster eradication goals, and I'm going to show you some very nice tips that you can utilize to complete some of these goals very quickly. The reason why you want to complete the monster eradication goals is because you can get very nice prizes upon completion. Some of these goals can award you with some of the most potent rings the game has to offer, and the best part is that once Guild gives you these rings as a gift, you can then purchase additional copies off Marlin, for the price of course. This way you can stock up on rings and you can make some very nice ring combinations indeed if you have the 1.5 update. Some of the more potent rings include the Slime Charmer ring, the Burglar ring and the Napalm ring, which are magnificent rings for exploration and survival. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the forge before we start our monster slaying adventure. We're going to merge some rings together. The Iridium Band with the Ruby ring makes for a great attack combination, and the Burglar ring with the Savage ring makes for a very nice combination when it comes to getting extra items from monsters and also getting a speed buff when a monster is defeated. Also, to make this whole strategy work, you need a Monster Musk. Now you can easily get yourself the Monster Musk recipe once you complete the Prismatic Jelly Special Orders quest that you get from the wizard. The Monster Musk is a very cheap item to make. The Monster Musk will greatly increase the spawn rate of monsters when you enter the mines. Also, if you enter Skull Cavern, any cave really, the Monster Musk dramatically increases monster spawn rates. Let's start with the slimes. Upon completing 1000 slimes, you will get the Slime Charmer ring. The Slime Charmer ring means you are immune to damage from slimes. Farming floor 5 is a great way to stock up on slimes as quickly as possible. Floor 5 is a very small floor, and because it's a starter floor, you're not going to get a huge variety of enemies. So in terms of farming slimes efficiently, you can't go wrong with farming floor 5 over and over again. You can easily accumulate over 100 slimes a day by utilizing this method, sometimes even 200 slimes per day. Next up, let's talk about the Dust Sprites. Once you slay 500 Dust Sprites, the game will award you with the Burglar ring. The Burglar ring is a magnificent ring which increases the drop rate of items upon felling monsters. I find that floor 45 is a great floor to farm Dust Sprites because it's a very small room, and if you take the Monster Musk every time you come down here, you're going to see armies of Dust Sprites just waiting to be killed. Dust Sprites also drop a lot of coal and they can drop coffee beans, so it's also a great way to stack up on coal and other items as well. Utilizing this method, you should have the Dust Sprites done within 2 days max, 3 days if you're unlucky. I would advise you start with the Dust Sprites because getting the Burglar ring early on means more loot for you when you destroy monsters. So if you're looking to get the achievement on completing all the monster eradication goals, starting with the Dust Sprites would be a very advantageous move to make indeed. Next up, let's talk about the skeletons. I find the best floor to farm skeletons is to go all the way down to floor 75. This is a very small room, and you're always going to get skeletons, especially if you have the Monster Musk. As you can see here, I got 5 skeletons in this room, so you can get kind of between 1 and 5 skeletons. I've never got any more than 5 skeletons, but all you need is 50. And when you've slain 50 skeletons, you get a skeleton mask, which is a really nice item for your head. The skeletons also drop some really nice items that you can put into a bone mill to get some really nice items for your farm. They also drop the bone sword, which is a very nice mid-tier weapon, especially if you haven't got anything great. If you're going to the mines the first time, farming the skeletons for the bone sword is a good way to get your offensive capabilities up a little bit. Next up, we're going to talk about the Void Spirits. Now, there is no floor that has a lot of Void Spirits. The best way to go about this is to start on floor 100 and go all the way down to floor 119, just rinse and repeat. If you do this with a Monster Musk, you will occasionally bump into the Void Spirits. Void Spirits consist of 2 enemies. The Shadow Brute is the first one, and the Shadow Shaman is the second enemy. And they are very common on the lower floors. Now, they do start on floor 80, but I find they become a little bit more common when you get past floor 100. When you have beaten 150 Void Spirits, you will get yourself a lovely Savage ring, and the Savage ring is what we're using at the moment. It'll give you a nice speed buff upon killing an enemy, meaning you can get through the floors a lot faster. They can also drop some really nice items. The shamans, for example, have a chance of dropping prismatic shards. And they can also drop copper bars. They can drop iron bars, gold bars. They can even drop iridium bars if you're super lucky. They can drop diamonds. They can drop magnificent items indeed. Next up, let's talk about the Duggies. I find the best floor to farm Duggies is floor number 15. All you need is 30 Duggies to get the hard hat, which is another headpiece item. The reason why floor 15 is so effective is because this floor will always have sand, and that's where the Duggies pop out of. So no matter how many times you spam this floor, you're always going to get sand. If you come down there with a monster musk, chances are you're going to bump into a few Duggies. You can easily do this achievement within a few hours if you get lucky. You know, all you have to do is just check these 2 sand pits to see if there's Duggies in them. Rinse and repeat until you have it completed. Duggies can actually drop cherry bombs, which is very nice to get early on in the game. I wondered if Concerned Ape is a fan of Pokemon, because every time I see the Duggies it reminds me of the Diglett from Pokemon, because they pop up out of the ground like Diglets and they look exactly the same. So if Concerned Ape ever watches this video, I have a question for you. Do you like Diglett from Pokemon? So that is basically the Duggies. You'd have this done in a few hours easy if you just keep spamming floor 15 over and over again. No problem at all. Next up, let's move on and talk about the cave insects. The best floor by far, and this was after lots of testing. Floor number 25. Use your monster musk, come down to this floor, and you will have the insects done within a day easy, because grubs, they spawn in packs. And you can wipe out a lot of grubs in one go if you just spam this floor over and over again. Once you kill 125 cave insects, you will get the insect head, which is a really nice weapon. The insect head will get you all the way down to level 120, no problem. So if you struggle with the mines, if you're looking for the good weapon early on, just farm the cave insects until you get the insect head. It's an absolutely magnificent weapon to start the game with. Let's come on over here now to Skull Cavern and talk about the Serpents. 250 Serpents to get your hands on the Napalm Ring. Now that sounds like a big number, but Serpents are very common, and they're one of the first enemy types you'll see once you enter the Skull Cavern. Come down here with a Monster Musk and trust me, you'll meet lots of Serpents. Apart from that, we'll also mention the crabs. Iridium crabs, rock crabs, magma crabs, all manner of crabs will count towards the next one. You just have to kill 60 of them. Upon killing 60 crabs, you'll get yourself the crab shell ring, which is a really good defensive ring. I find the best way to get this goal is to just farm the Skull Cavern as per normal. If you see iridium ore veins, just put a bomb down and blow them up. Occasionally it won't be an iridium ore vein, it'll actually be a crab. And when you blow the armor off the crabs, they're very easy to defeat because they run away from you. Just hit them a few times with your weapon, and there you go. Crabs drop really nice items. You know, they can drop bombs, they can drop crabs, of course. They can also drop those crab cakes, which are really nice too. Next up we have the pepper rexes. Same strategy here because it's a Skull Cavern. Try to find a prehistoric floor. So I find that spamming staircases is the best way to get these floors as quickly as possible. All you need is 50 pepper rexes, and once you've beaten the 50 pepper rexes, what you'll get then is the night helm, and that's the helm that I'm on me at the moment. Now don't underestimate the pepper rexes, because that flame breath they do can hit you for significant damage. But the pepper rexes drop really nice items as well. They can drop dinosaur eggs, they can drop all manner of bones that you can actually put into your bone mill and convert into nice fertilizers and stuff like that. So in terms of pepper rexes, just spam the staircases until you get a prehistoric level. That's the best way to go about it. I mean, it's the same with the mummies. Just spam staircases until you get a floor with loads of mummies on it. Make sure you have your monster musk so that when you get a mummy floor, loads of mummies will spawn. There's loads of ways you can deal with mummies effectively. Having a weapon with the Crusader enchant prevents mummies from regenerating when they die. Also, if you have the Napalm Ring, when you kill a mummy it will explode, making sure that it won't regenerate. If you don't have any of those tools, just make some cherry bombs and just plant a bomb when the mummy dies to prevent it from regenerating. Get yourself that nice mummy kill. When you kill 100 mummies, you'll actually be awarded with a wizard hat, which is a really nice headpiece as well. Next up we have the Magma Sprites. These are in the 1.5 update. You gotta get to Ginger Island to complete this one, and you have to farm the Volcano Cave. There's no great strategy for these, you just have to do the Volcano Gauntlet every day until you've reached 150. Now it's not just Magma Sprites, Magma Sparks, their older brothers, also count. So basically if you see those floaty fire type enemies, you just need 150 of them. The reward you get is significant. You'll get Marilyn's phone number. That means if you have a telephone, you can buy one off Robin for 2,000 gold. You can phone Marilyn from the comfort of your home, and you can use his item recovery service from your home. That means if you've lost items in the mines or the Skull Cavern, you can just ring Marilyn and get him to recover the items, no problem. So I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you enjoyed it. As per usual, I'll upload the next Stardew Valley video in the next few days, more than likely Monday. I appreciate your support as always, and I hope you have a great day. Bye for now. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that notification bell to be notified for my future videos. And as always, have a great day.